The Sumatran Orangutan. Living among the trees of tropical rainforests, Sumatran orangutans inhabit moist lowland forest, montane forests, and peat swamps. Females virtually never travel on the ground, and adult males do so rarely. Adult males are typically solitary, while females are accompanied by offspring. Their diet consists of vegetarian items and insects. These great apes prefer leaves and fruits, including figs and jackfruits, but they also often eat bird eggs, small vertebrates, termites, and ants. Their main predators in Sumatra are tigers and leopards. However, tigers are very rare because many people have killed them all for their skin, especially in Indonesia. Therefore, we can infer from their diet and predators that their niche in the forest takes almost no effect in the reason for them being endangered. Historically, the Sumatran orangutan was distributed over the entire island of Sumatra and further south into Java, located within Indonesia. The species' range is now restricted to the north of the island, with a majority in the provinces of North Sumatra and Aceh. Of the 9 existing populations of Sumatran orangutans, only 7 have prospects of long-term viability, each with an estimated 250 or more individuals. Only 3 populations contain more than 1,000 orangutans. Their official red list status is critically endangered. They are only distributed throughout the island of Sumatra. Therefore, if something were to happen to this land, the species would become extinct. A female and her partner, or vice versa, will produce offspring in intervals of 3 to 4 years, which is not often considering their status. Due to their slow life history, with a generation time of at least 25 years, Sumatran orangutan populations are unable to sustain substantial and continual loss of individuals. If the rate of decline observed since 1985 and predicted continues unabated, the population decline will exceed 80% over a 3-generation period. The external factors that have led this species to being critically endangered are the following. Due to high levels of habitat conversion and fragmentation and illegal killing, the Sumatran orangutan has estimated to have experienced a significant population reduction in recent years. Forest loss data indicates that key forest habitat was reduced by 60% of its area between 1985 and 2000. It is thought that this reduction will continue as forests within the species' range remain under considerable threat. Significant areas of the orangutan's range are seriously threatened by logging, mining concessions, and agriculture plantations, while new roads are continuously being cut through the habitat. It is important to keep in mind that orangutans spend most of their lives up in the trees. Therefore, if humans cut down those trees for industrial reasons, they are potentially taking away the species' home and protection because their predators live on the forest floor, leaving them more exposed to such enemies where they are more prone to die, not to mention their diet relies on creatures and fruits up in the trees. The Sumatran orangutan is strictly protected by Indonesian national law on the conservation of natural resources and ecosystems, under which it is illegal to capture, injure, kill, own, keep, transport, or trade a Sumatran orangutan. Sumatran orangutans are also protected by international legislation and listed on CITES Appendix 1. Protection of large areas of primary forests is needed to secure their long-term future. The species' major stronghold is the Luzerne ecosystem, an area of 26,000 kilometers squared, mostly contiguous forest that supports approximately 90.2% of the Sumatran orangutans remaining in the wild. Conservation of the Luzerne ecosystem was called for under Indonesian national law concerning governance in Aceh, which is a forest in Indonesia. According to these laws, management of the Luzerne ecosystem does not exclude non-forest uses, but stresses the importance of sustainable management with conservation of natural resources as the primary goal. So why should we care? Well, orangutans are one of our closest living relatives. Studies have shown that humans and orangutans share many common traits, including similar teeth. Studies of orangutans have also proven there are cultural differences between our populations. This means that learned behaviors are shared and passed down through generations of orangutan groups. Studying these cultural differences could lead to new findings and how human cultures have evolved over time. Orangutans are considered umbrella species. This means that by saving the orangutans, we will be saving many other species that share the same habitat, such as other monkey species and thousands of different bird species as well. Their role as seed dispensers help the forest thrive. We cannot save orangutans from extinction if we do not save the forest and the biodiversity that these ecosystems contain. We also cannot save the forest if we do not save the orangutan. Losing the forests of Indonesia will affect our lives as well. The vast rainforests and peat swamp forests of Indonesia play a major role in the climate of our planet. These biomes absorb huge amounts of greenhouse gases. When the forests are clear cut, we lose this resource that helps absorb carbon and release oxygen. While we often associate deforestation with the harvesting of trees, forests are often simply burned down to create room for agriculture. In fact, this type of slash and burn agriculture is even worse for the environment than deforestation. During the process, an even higher amount of carbon that is contained in the plants of the forest is released into the atmosphere. Destruction of the forest in Indonesia accounts for almost half of all global carbon emissions. In conclusion, we can't afford to lose the Sumatran orangutan, because if we lose them, we'll potentially lose the Indonesian forest and so many other species along with it. And remember, you can't save the orangutan unless you save the forest.